Loneliness is different than being alone. Okay, so recently I used my Instagram story to ask some questions. I said, what is it that you single women need? And I was shocked by the response. But before I even go into some of these questions, I want to tell you, you guys have some incredible benefits. Like single women, you don't have to ask anybody else. Where are we gonna go eat tonight? You can go eat whatever and whenever you want. You don't have to share your desserts as a single woman. Whenever I go out to dinner with John, it's this big discussion because I wanna go to Mod Market and he doesn't want to go to Mod Market, he wants to go to Whole Foods. So you get to have choices. So I wanna talk about the challenges and the opportunities of being single. First, I'm gonna dive into some of your questions. First, what is the secret to opening a jar without a man in the house? I'm gonna tell you, I had to learn this one because when I was a stay-at-home mom, John was not there, my little boys were not strong enough. You get a spoon and you take the point of the spoon and you pop the lid. It breaks the vacuum and it comes right off. It works every single time. You don't need a man, you need a spoon. Next thing, why hasn't this happened for me? Why am I still single? I've been praying for it for so long. Has God forgotten me? Well, first part, I don't know why it hasn't happened, but I do know, without a shadow of a doubt, God has not forgotten you. So I want you to know that He's not forgotten. Number 3, how can I balance between being content in singleness with my God-given desires for a spouse? Well, content in singleness is actually understanding that singleness is a season of opportunity. I remember when I was single, again, I know that a lot of you are like, you weren't single long enough to even speak about this, but I actually felt very much single, very much alone. When I became a Christian, I realized I'd had terrible choices in men and I had to just sit myself out of that game for a while. But I took that time to really delve into the person that I wanted to be. And I had to actually get really honest with God about that I had horrible taste in men, that I chose men that were really hard to please and really hard to keep. Oftentimes we are looking for the wrong thing in the season where God is saying, I want you to lean into some stuff that I have for you. I want to do a deeper work, or else you're going to go for the wrong man for the wrong reasons. And I don't want to see that happen to you because I've known that heartache of giving my heart completely to somebody who utterly disrespected it. And then knowing that I had a man of God, this incredible husband who was praying for me even before he knew who I was an incredible, incredible opportunity that I don't want to see you miss. So don't go for the wrong thing. And then it says, how do I handle the pressures from families and friends? You know, I think that's a come to Jesus talk. Everybody sees you as single and thinks they need to fix it. Why are you still single? Can you not find anybody? Let me help you with this. Maybe you just need to say to them, hey, I love that you want to help me out with this, but right now, it just feels like pressure. I don't want you doing this with me. I will tell you if I want you to do something. How about we make a deal on that if I come to you and ask for that help, you be that person for me. So just have that conversation, and it's actually going to probably relieve some pressure off of them as well. Another question, how do I pursue community and companionship in singleness? Now, this was something that I loved. A beautiful young girl wrote in and she said, we need to be invited. I think that a lot of times people think, we've got the married people over here doing their community world, and we got the single people over here doing their world. I want you to be intentional to ask people and say, I really want to be included. It's not going to be awkward for me to be with people. I'm not going to see you as married people. I'm going to see you as my friends, and I need time with you. I need time with your family. I need time playing games. I want to be included. I don't want to just be left alone and lonely. So I want you to invite me into your world. So give them permission and, just say, I don't want to come across as needy, but we all need relationships. And then if they're not catching the hint, you create the community. You begin to gather other people, invite married people, invite single people, but you have the power to invite people into your world, not just sit around waiting until somebody invites you. So just think about who you'd want to do it with and then invite them in. Our family does a lot of games. Games seem to be a great connection things. How do I combat feelings of loneliness and feeling less than? Okay, so I want to just clarify something. Loneliness is different than being alone. I remember feeling incredibly lonely in that season. And I'm going to tell you, I don't want to minimize the pain of that season, but often that's a time when you can dig deep. It's a time when you can really go deeper into the things of God. I call it my cave time, where I just go into that place. I'm not afraid of going into a dark place and seeing what is in there, seeing what can be dug out, what treasures or what can be mined from that season, because there's always a lesson in that season. So don't call myself lonely. I'm going to say it's an alone time. It's a time for just me and God. It's a time that He wants to do something in me that needs to happen alone, not in the company of other people. I really believe, and this is just me, I think that people that are single probably need less work. I think us married people, we need this iron sharpen iron, this catalyst of remaking. And so often when you are single, I know that you're thinking, once I get married, everything's gonna be perfect. That's a lie. It's not even true. It's not even close to true. So I don't want you to think about, I'm lonely because I'm alone. I want you to think, I'm alone because I'm God's right now. I'm in a season of devotion. I'm in a season where I can do certain things. You know, when I was single, I could turn on the lights at 2 a.m. in the morning. I could turn on music. I could dance. I could pray out loud. I could read my Bible. I could get up when I wanted to. I could go to bed when I wanted to. Now, I mean, I got Mr. John. If he's brushed his teeth and he's in bed, I'm supposed to be in bed within 5 minutes. He'd be like, Lisa, come on, get in bed, get in bed. I'm like, I just want to chill. No, come on, get in bed. Your life is no longer your own when you're married. You're actually adapting to another person. So during this season, enjoy what you can do. You can do a bubble bath in the middle of the night. You can do whatever you want. So enjoy that season while you've got it. I also spend a lot of time in my alone season reading the Bible. And I am so glad that I had this opportunity to really put down some deep roots in my alone season. So I'm not saying that the struggle isn't real. I'm saying that you can flip the narrative, that being single is not about unwanted or rejected, but being single is about being devoted. So I want you to think about that. Devoted to this season, getting the strength of this season, because you're going to go into another season stronger. So one last thing, I want you to understand that transition is part of life. So we're talking about where you are right now. This is maybe not where you're always going to be. So we're going to go into the next video and we're going to tell you what not to do in this season of single.